Alright, welcome back to the channel, FIFA Mobile. Alright, I spent about 900,000 to buy these 4 Italian players for the Icon Strikes. So these are some of the prizes and players can get from the market. Alright, I'm surprised I got 2 more of these POTM players as a rewards. Actually, I don't know why. And I managed to clear that daily quest for this candy canes. Alright, so now let's enter the gameplay. Surprise POTM. I don't know why really. I got another 81 LB and 86 RW. Alright, so that's some kind of surprise. Alright, so we have this 2 players checkout, although the prices are not fantastic. But put them aside at this juncture. I'm not so interested in working out the prices on selling price for them right now. They are unlike my earlier 87, which I get $1 million. So the prices are not really fantastic. Alright, so do collect your daily lock-in and get all those candy canes. And it's really important. The candy canes can exchange for snowman, and the snowman can exchange for the great players in this important event itself. I noted that some friends have shared that OVR to 93 and above. 93 I think is possible. Some even said 94 is possible, but that's not what we wish for. What we wish for is that 96 Ronaldo, but I think that's not for free-to-play players, unfortunately. Alright, just gonna show you very quickly. As you're aware, I spent about 2.5 million the day before to buy all those coin offers, and now I'm gonna claim whatever. I still have those remaining balance, because there is always a daily cap, which I think they have set somewhat like this is 3, and some other they allow you maybe 5, or even some has 1. And yesterday I was saying the master gift I was missing by I think 3 numbers, to my surprise, which is not very pleasant. Now today they require a lot of master gift. So quite saddened by the fact that they require so much or so many of these master gifts. It's almost impossible to get so many master gifts to claim a player. So I think they're gonna offer like somewhat 50 master gifts for this 92. So of course I know this is a fantastic player, but having to request for 50, I thought that's a bit too ridiculous. So of course, who will be able to get that amount? So let's move on. Of course, we're gonna not to mention there are people willing to pay, but a free-to-play player, that's not for you. Okay, so we just got to move on with whatever we can manage to claim, and just go with the flow. Alright, so we are after all free-to-play players, not spending a single cent. You can't claim all those fantastic rewards, but at this juncture we also understand that every time we're going to compete with people who are willing to pay to win. They'll get all the players and they play versus with you, and you get doesn't matter. Okay, you just play with your own league. Don't bother about people who are pay to win, and eventually you just got to give it to them, right? Because they are willing to pay, and you're able to get all the great players. So be it. Alright, so doesn't matter. We just play our own game, which is free to play. Alright, so as I mentioned, always try to gain all those snowmans, the maximum ones, and not from the 84. The 84 is the worst one, right? Do remember to claim your daily frozen snowflakes, which they call the frozen point. Gain those candy canes. So yesterday I stopped at here, South 7-3. I'm going to complete it in order to get that candy cane. It's a normal skill games, not too difficult. Eventually you will pass it. I gave I think 2 tries. I thought I nearly failed the second try, but I think I have been luck, so I managed to clear it, and that's the candy cane. Okay, the worst one I think is the snowman. That's a bit difficult. Not for this. This is the bowling tree, which is quite simple. After you play it 1 or 2 times, you get the crux of how to get that tree down. Okay, so let's move on. I know my next target is a candy cane. You're just gonna move on. Alright, so sometimes you may take more than a few tries, but so be it. It's not extremely tough. There isn't any crazy matches. Of course, sometimes you may think that why not? Why didn't they put some matches for us to play? All these are skill games, but quite interestingly, these skill games are all really new. I've never played before, so it's something different. And we're working towards all the candy canes that we can find in this web itself. So candy canes first, before anything else. Once we collected all these candy canes, together with the daily quest that gives candy canes as well, that will suffice us to collect the sufficient snowmans. So with the snowman, I think end of the day, probably you can get 193 or 94, I'm not too sure. Plus, of course, sometimes you can spend the gems that you save up and see how far we can go. And there, where it depends whether to keep or to sell the player. Of course, if the player is really fantastic, and you know that you don't really need a lot of money, then you can keep it for your own use. But otherwise, try to get it fast, sell in the market straight away to get the highest price possible. Once the market is flooded with the same player, the price will just drop drastically. Something I noted, I mean, a superior player like Ronaldo or Messi, the prices are always very high. So those are extreme players. But other than that, the other players you can claim, normally the price would just drop quite drastically after the market gets flooded over time. So just got to bear that in mind. Make the decisions, move fast. Don't say that you use it to play for a few rounds or few days, and when you try to sell it, you find it no longer worth it. Alright, this is the toughest among all the skill games. I find a lot of luck factor, because it's not as about able to kick right positions. It's a lot of luck that needs to be involved. Alright, so today it comes after a few tries and luck to clear this again. If I can't imagine it goes at a harder level, how are you gonna do that? Alright, so this is easy, shouldn't fail, and after this probably we should reach another candy cane. I'm gonna check out that web. It's really huge, but I'm just going to source all the possible candy canes while we're able to get them. Alright, so alright, candy canes, that's great. 2 of these candy canes attained. Alright, there's another path. Alright, so it's going to work on all these few paths that leads to candy canes. And after candy canes, what's next? Then we're going to check out what's the most valuable player that can claim, or even items or even money can claim if the players are really not worth that much. Do remember to complete your daily quests. One of it is spending money. Spending money is easy, provided you have them, like for example trading a player that will suffice to hit that criteria. Basically 3 criteria will be hit. One, I upgraded just by 1 OVR, then we should be able to fulfill the few criteria for this football freeze. You can see there the criteria of completion is popping up. Okay, so I fulfill it with just 1 upgrade. Yes, some friends do advise that actually you could use it to spend on the coin packs that you can so-called achieve the daily requirements of spending money. Yes, but I already spent all, just too late. 2.5 million is all gone, so I can't buy any more packs already. So okay, so there's another set of candy canes, and of course you do need to play your part to win all this. Eventually you'll claim your daily completions. Okay, so with all these candy canes, football phrase, let's now move on to icon strikes. There are 4 players of 85 and above. Of course you may choose not to buy 85, or you choose 80. My advice is try to get the 85. At least you wouldn't drop your OVR that much. Even when I get the 85, the OVR is impacted, and of course once it's impacted, getting versus play is so tough. So eventually I think I just got to do the skill boost, and I even go a step further to transfer the ranks over to just clear those versus play. Winning 15 versus play needs a lot of patience. With a 97 OVR is so difficult. So I'm gonna do all this stuff in order to move on further, and it's quite frustrating to be able to fail continuously for maybe 6-7 rounds before winning one. It's really quite sad, and it's very strange. I don't know why once you hit one that's so high OVR like 97 versus 102, you are expecting the next one to be slightly better, but no, it comes with 108 or 105, which is a bit ridiculous. I find the way they match it. How would you expect a 97 to win a 108 or 105? It's a bit ridiculous. So that is part and parcel of the matching. So I don't know, it's just a way to entice you to spend money, but the answer is no. I'm not going to spend a single cent in the game. Okay, so here we are almost done with buying all these 4 players for 900,000, and of course after the icon strikes, you can actually release it in the market. So try to complete your icon strikes fast, and then send these players out in the market again and try to recoup as much as possible. Alright, thank you for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.